Hello everyone. Our today's topic is light phase. We all know that light phase, that means the phase of photosynthesis in which absorption of light takes place by the chlorophyll pigment. The light phase is completed in two stages. That is, during light phase, synthesis of ATP take place. So two things are there. The first thing is absorption of light. The second one is synthesis of ATP. The synthesis of ATP take place in two phases. The one is cyclic photophosphorylation and the second one is non-cyclic photophosphorylation. One is cyclic photophosphorylation and one is non-cyclic photophosphorylation. Now, we will study first cyclic photophosphorylation. Now, cyclic photophosphorylation, you can see here, again we have denoted redox potential in electron volt. We have PS1, that is photosystem 1. PS1 because it can absorb maximum light up to 700 nanometer of wavelength. That is also called light harvesting system, that is LHC is there. Then once the light is absorbed by the PS1, it became excited and released 2 electron or lost 2 electrons. That electron is being received by the primary electron acceptor, that is pheophytin. You go for cyclic photophosphorylation or you go for non-cyclic photophosphorylation, the same primary acceptor is there, that is pheophytin. The pheophytin became excited, that is primary electron acceptor became excited and releases or lost 2 electron which is released or which is received by ferredoxin molecule. FD for ferredoxin. Now, the ferredoxin become excited and releases 2 electron which is received by cytochrome B6. Here the cytochrome B6 became excited, releases 2 electron. This B6 and F forms B6F complex. Now cytochrome F became excited, releases 2 electron which is received by plastocyanin. The plastocyanin became excited, released 2 electron. That electron again returned back to PS1. In between cytochrome B6 and cytochrome F, there is a formation of ATP, that is ADP plus indole phosphate forms ATP. Now let us just revise once again. In antenna molecule, it receives light, it became excited, loses 2 electrons. These 2 electrons are received by primary electron acceptor, that is pheophytin. Now this became excited, releases 2 electron to FD, that is ferredoxin molecule. Ferredoxin to cytochrome B6, cytochrome B6 to cytochrome F to plastocyanin, and plastocyanin get returned back to the same PS1. As you can see, the electron released by photosystem again returned back to the photosystem only. That's why it is known as cyclic photophosphorylation. That's why it is known as cyclic photophosphorylation. Before we move further, we must note these points, that is PS2 is P680, PS1 is P700, FD means ferredoxin, PC plastocyanin, cytochrome B3, CYT B3 means cytochrome, like CYT F is cytochrome F, CYT B6 means cytochrome B6. Primary electron acceptor is your pheophytin. And light phase take place in granum thylakoid. Okay. Now we will move to non-cyclic photophosphorylation. Before moving to non-cyclic photophosphorylation, we must understand the process of jet scheme proposed by Hill and Mendel in 1960. As you can see, this is your P680. It is non-cyclic photophosphorylation. Here, both the systems are included, that is photosystem 2 is also included and photosystem 1 is also included. The first of all, the photosystem 2 became excited and transferred the electron to primary electron acceptor, then cytochrome B3, then cytochrome F, PC, P700, finally to primary electron acceptor. then to ferredoxin NADP. The last one which receives the electron is NADP. So here you can find a structure, as you can see here, from P680 it reaches to primary electron acceptor, then to P700, and then finally to primary electron acceptor. It forms a structure that is called Z scheme for the electron transport system or electron transport chain. Now, there are three main things that we have to study. The first one is, that is, once the hydrolysis of water will take place here, it will release 2H plus ion. If you go for here, it will release 2H plus ion plus 2 electron plus half O2 molecule. This H electron will be transported to NADP to reduce it to NADPH2. First point, hydrogen ion will be transported from PS2 region to NADP to reduce it to NADPH2. The second that you need to study in this one is, that is, electron is transported from PS2 to PS1, photosystem 2 to photosystem 1. The third point we have to study is, once the electron is released by the breaking down of the water, it gets returned back to photosystem 2. Three things we have to study under this non-cyclic photophosphorylation. We will see right now. The first one we have to see is, that is, transportation of hydrogen ion to NADP to reduce it to NADPH2. First point. Second point, that is, transportation of electron released by photosystem 2 to photosystem 1. Third point, that is, the electron released by photolysis of water will return back to photosystem 2. So first one, hydrogen transportation. Second one, electron transportation. And third one, electron for compensation of 2 electrons. We have to study. Now we will see photosystem 2 and photosystem 1 in non-cyclic photophosphorylation. Now we will study non-cyclic photophosphorylation. As we have seen in the cyclic photophosphorylation, the electron released by the photosystem get returned back to the same photosystem. But in case of non-cyclic photophosphorylation, the electron released by the photosystem is not going to return back to the same photosystem. Instead, it will enter into the other photosystem. Again, we have denoted redox condition in electron volt. We have got two photosystems in non-cyclic photophosphorylation. One is photosystem 2, wavelength up to 680, that is, it can absorb maximum light at 680 nanometer. The second one is reaction center PS1, that is, it can absorb maximum light at 700 nanometer. Now, once the light energy is absorbed by the antenna molecules or the reaction center from any light source, become excited and releases 2 electron. The electron is being accepted by the primary electron acceptor. The primary electron acceptor became excited and releases 2 electron. These 2 electron are accepted by another cytochrome molecule, that is cytochrome B3, and then from cytochrome B3 it reaches to cytochrome F. Between cytochrome B3 and cytochrome F, they form a complex. B3 and cytochrome F form a complex that is called cytochrome B3F complex. Here again the phosphorylation will take place and the ADP will be converted into ATP with the help of indole phosphate. So ADP plus indole phosphate forms ATP. Here the process is called phosphorylation. From cytochrome F, it again became excited and releases 2 electron. The electron will reach to plastocyanin. Plastocyanin to reaction center 1, that is PS1, that you have seen in cyclic phosphorylation. Now the reaction center 1 become excited and releases 2 electron, which will be again accepted by primary electron acceptor. From primary electron acceptor, the electron will be accepted by ferredoxin. Ferredoxin to NADP. Now, so just take a look once again. from PS2 to primary electron acceptor to cytochrome B3 to cytochrome F to plastocyanin to PS1 to primary electron acceptor to FD, that is ferredoxin, to NADP. Now wait for it. At reaction center 2, that is PS2, what will happen? Photolysis of water will take place. Now, as you have seen that the electron released by PS2 has not returned back to PS2. That means this reaction center is now deficient of 2 electrons. It required that compensation of 2 electrons from where it will get. Now, when we are going for photolysis of water, H2O will be broken down into 2 electron plus half O2 plus 2H plus ion. Now this 2 electron, as I mentioned right now, that this is deficient of 2 electron, this 2 electron will be compensated by the electron released by photolysis of water. Enters into PS2, that is reaction center 2. Now oxygen will be released outside, and what we are left with, that is 2H plus ion. This 2H plus ion will go to NADP and reduce it to form NADPH2. 1 ATP is formed here. You can see 1 ATP is formed here, and we know that 1 NADPH2 is equal to 3 ATP. 1 NADPH2 is equal to 3 ATP. So as you can see that the electron released by the photosystem has not returned back to the same photosystem. That's why the process is known as non-cyclic phosphorylation, as ATP is also synthesized. Thank you.